Australia's very own Liam Paro, he put a straight beating on Montana Love. Montana Love loses to his second Aussie in a row. Ain't that some shit?
That's some scary shit, boy.
The Australians are beating
the
Australia, brakes off of Montana Love. But first of all, Pops, before I get into my assessment, what did you make of Paro?
Well, I know he had like some kind of major injury, so he was out for a little bit.
He was supposed to fight Prograde.
Right, so he turned to fight because he got an injury. But he did say, when I come back, I'm going to come big, better and better, whatever, bigger and better, whatever. Mm-hmm. And Montana Love supposed to come back and be more hungry than when he was the last fight when he got his ass kicked at home. And I just think for him just come back with that, I'm not going to really put a lot into the fight. We beat Montana Love. I'll give him that he got the victory, but I want to see him move up in another level than that.
Yeah.
So before I can say he's going to be like that, that's the guy right there.
I mean, look, I'm
a big fan of him.
I think Paro,
I'm just saying, but
we go back to sparring with my Eddie Cruz, the sparring, right?
Okay.
Paro, I met Liam, so I'm telling you guys that you guys get the interview still on the channel. I met Liam 2 years ago in the summer of 2021 when he just got to the States and nobody knew who he was.
Right.
His name was in the lower part of the WBO rankings and whatnot.
It was no one.
Nobody knew. Like literally, there's like one interview of him on YouTube.
Yeah.
And remember, I saw him at City Athletic Boxing Gym.
Yeah.
Liam Paro.
Yeah.
And he's been consistently, as many people know, sparring the likes of Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, them guys.
He's been getting
so
better.
when you spar them guys, you're gonna level up. And just look at his last two fights. I mean, he wasn't known as a knockout puncher. When he fought Brock Jarvis, who was a big Australian rival of him, he put on a show-stopping first-round knockout in front of the Aussies. Then he fights Montana Love, a guy who is a bit of a front runner, but still a talented fighter in his own right, and beat the brakes off of him.
What do you say?
Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
As far as Montana, I gotta say this, man, because he's an annoying fighter to watch. Because even in this fight with Liam Paro, there are moments in the rounds where Montana will throw sharp, like, jab down the middle. He would do some real good work, but then, he's one of these guys, if you kind of know what he is and how he thinks and how he wants to fight based off his nickname. He calls himself Too Pretty Love. So he's always focusing on being pretty, having swag, and all that stuff. And it's like, if you get a fighter that can rough him up, that doesn't allow him to be pretty, he don't like that. He likes to feel like he's in control and that he's,
he like to get hit.
Exactly. And that's what happened with Paro. Paro began to rough him up and close that gap. And then when he hit him with the uppercut, put him on the canvas, you can see it. He got the fight beaten out of him and eventually got stopped. So Montana Love, to me, like, he's an annoying fighter to watch because, I remember years ago when he fought Tsunami Samuel Teo, RIP to him, who's a true fighter, on Showbox, he beat him on short notice, and that was the fight that kind of put him on.
Right.
And then, get the statement performance against Ivan Baranchek, and once he here we go again. When he signed with Eddie Hearn, it all started going downhill for him.
Yeah, that's what he said all the time.
Yeah, and so with him, I just think for him, maybe the pressure of the lights was too much for him, and
what do you want him to go from there?
I mean, look, at this point,
journeyman or what's called?
He's not a journeyman, buddy.
Not journeyman.
Gatekeeper. That's what he's gonna be because he doesn't have big promotional backing anymore.
Right.
On top of that, you lost twice in a row. Yeah. Once because you threw a guy out the ring because you were losing, you were about to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
And then the second you got your ass kicked. So anything that gets presented to him at this point, he's gonna have to take, and it's unfortunate because I think if Montana Love was a stronger fighter mentally and wasn't such a front runner and wasn't so overly concerned with being pretty and having swag, he would actually be better than he is. But because he's so worried about how he looks and his outfit,
would you say? I mean,
that's why.
You probably tell me it's a different comparison. But would you say that how Ryan Garcia got all the fans and all this and he got the glamour? Do you think that he falls in that place? Not in the same category, but the way he acts for himself, that he should be more dedicated to the boxing or try to make it better than what it is. So it's too late for that.
Nah, man. At this point, he's deep in the game. I mean,
is he old?
He can speak some things. He's not old, but he's got a lot of experience. So
okay,
it is what it is, man.
God bless him, though.
It's what it is. But as far as Liam Paro, as you guys see on the screen, the IBF did order Richardson Hitchins to fight Jack Catterall next. I've already been on record saying before he fought Montana Love that I like to see the winner of that fight, which is now him against Montana Love, fight the winner of Hitchins versus Catterall. So, Pops, what do you make of Liam Paro versus either Hitchins or Jack Catterall stylistically? And same thing goes for you, chat. What do you guys think?
Well, Catterall, I'm a big fan of his, but I can't just keep going back and looking at that one that he lost to Josh Taylor. That's That's why I keep thinking about Catterall. He's that fighter, but I think in the last couple of fights, he hasn't really totally impressed the way he should impress. Right? If I'm correct, like I expected from him. Then you have Richard Hitchins, what his name is. I think he's gotten better.
Yeah, he's got one of the best jabs in the business now. So
if he can throw that jab and try to keep Paro away from that fucking overhand left the way he does, it could be a problem. But in that fight, I'm riding with Paro.
Over Hitchins?
Yeah, even if you got a better job.
Damn, that's a good fight. I like that fight a lot.
50-50?
It's a damn close to 50-50 fight. Because I feel like,
who's the most skilled to you? I think Hitchins.
I think Hitchins' range.
Mature more.
I think Richardson Hitchins' range and his ability to command distance. Because one thing about Hitchins, you could say he's boring,
but he wins.
But the thing is, he's only boring if guys are not on his level.
Okay.
Now, if Paul could present a challenge, then I'm sure he wouldn't be as boring. I think Hitchins will wind up outboxing him. I think he'd have to worry about because Liam Paro is a sneaky good puncher. I mean, he's not known as a puncher, but his last 2 fights, which have been the biggest fights of career, he scored knockouts.
Right.
So I think that'll be something to worry about.
But you still fulfill Hitchins boxing skills.
Yeah. As far as what was that one comment? Dundada says, BT, when it comes to Montana Love, it just proves that USA boxing is not as dominant anymore. USA boxing isn't as dominant anymore because the rest of the world has been more included in boxing. A lot of the Soviet Union countries couldn't compete in boxing in the back of the day when USA was on top.
So European companies?
No, like the Soviet Union, USSR. Those countries like Croatia, those countries. As far as listen, I think a problem too with a lot of American fighters. A lot of American fighters. And I love my American fighters, but a lot of them get caught up like Montana Love with trying to be a social media star, and right, so they forget the actual important part, which is the boxing. So
good point.
It is what it is. Feed Montana Love to Ryan Garcia. Oh God, what do you think with that?
I'm agreeing with him on that one. You're right. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that one. He gonna get fed to him. You're right. He'll be trouble.
No, it is what it is. But
Montana Love though.
I like Montana Love. I think Rocky called Montana Love the poor man's Adrian Bourne. Actually, yeah, pretty much. Like they're both from Ohio. They're both from Ohio.
But he's not a chocolate Bourne, is he?
What? The whole fight week he was talking about Liam Paro ain't shit. I'm way more skilled than him.
That's why Liam Paro didn't beat that.
He didn't even get to the second half of the fight.
Yeah.
He didn't get to the second half of the fight.
Yeah, because I remember when they were doing the face-up for the weigh-in, Montana said he didn't come here to talk to me.
Yeah.
He didn't even talk to me. Like he didn't talk crap to me. He knocked the shit out of you. That's what he did.
Yeah. So it is what it is. But